Hello, everyone. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint. This is the Weather Academy for the week of February 2nd on 2022. And you just heard the weather alarm go off there because, well, we're talking about the next winter storm. There are winter storm warnings that are in effect. These carry right through Friday morning. Just wanted to take a minute, kind of discuss what's going to happen here. First things first, this is not going to be a repeat of what we had on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So we're not expecting as much snow. And the other thing about this storm is it's a long, drawn out process, right? So we're talking 30 to 36 hours of light but steady snow. So it's not going to all come at once like we had on MLK Day. But still, it's going to be enough to shovel and to plow. And that's why we have winter storm warnings in effect. And we figured we would take this edition of the Weather Academy to discuss, kind of go in depth a little bit more on what to expect with the upcoming storm. So again, these winter storm warnings continue through Friday morning. You can see Warren County is a winter weather advisory. Speaking of the fact, it's probably going to be a little bit more mixing, or the snow amounts will be a little bit lower off to the east. But there's also some ice that we're watching as well in the atmosphere, which could cause some slick travel as well. So it's a messy storm system. And again, it's a long, drawn out process here. So let's give you the setup right now. You can see with satellite and Doppler radar, snow to the north and west in Detroit, Motor City, over towards Toledo into northern Indiana and back into Illinois. Out ahead of it, we've got this mild push of air, lots of moisture gathering. So it's going to start as rain as we go into the late afternoon and into the evening on Tuesday. Again, this is recorded. So again, this is for February 2nd. And then what happens is the colder air starts to bleed in. We will see this change over to snow. Could be a brief little period of sleet or ice over parts of the area, which will cause insult or add insult to injury, I guess you could say, because it's going to be a little slick. And then as the snow comes in, again, we're looking at light but steady snow evolving, especially as we go into the day on Thursday. So we've been showing you this map quite a lot because the storm track is very important. If the storm were to track a little bit more to the south, we'd obviously have more in the way of snow. And overall, this is not as snowy of a system as what we had on Martin Luther King Day. And based on the latest computer modeling, it's actually a little less snowy. But again, still going to be enough to shovel and plow as that low tracks up near Punxsutawney. By the way, Phil predicting 6 more weeks of winter for what it's worth. It doesn't matter because there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter anyway. And we do have some winter weather that'll be moving in. This is kind of a breakdown because this is going to be a long drawn out storm. This is kind of what we're thinking is going to happen. So as you wake up Thursday morning, it's probably 1 to 3 inches. Okay, we're just going to kind of break this down chunk by chunk for you because it's going to be a prolonged storm. So by the time you wake up Thursday morning, 1 to 3 inches, it's not a big deal. Then what happens is the snow increases through the course of the day on Thursday. So I think most of the snowflake money will probably occur Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening before the whole system winds down and cuts out to the east. There's probably going to be at least some lake response. Now, we've been able to build up the ice on the lake, but we've also had a spell of mild days, a couple mild days, well over 40. So that has shoved a lot of the ice and kind of melted a lot of the ice. So we're still talking about some open water over Lake Erie. And as the colder air comes in, we're going to be talking about at least a little bit of help from Lake Erie. So you can see how we kind of break this down for you just by Thursday morning. It's 1 to 3. And then as the snow increases through the afternoon, it's 4 to 8 by Thursday afternoon, with an additional 1 to 2 inches into Friday morning, and then just trace amounts by Friday afternoon as the storm moves away. And again, this is not a big storm. Meteorologically speaking, this is kind of a wimpy storm. But the reason we're expecting all the snow is because it's going to be happening, like I said, over a 30 to 36 hour period of light, steady snow. So I just kind of wanted to break it down chunk by chunk for you. This isn't all going to come at once. So take a look at that map. Again, 1 to 3 by Thursday morning, tack on 4 to 8 through the afternoon, tack on another 1 to 2 Friday morning, and then just a trace. So this is a total. And notice how we've got this delineated here at the top of the screen. This is a 2-day total of snow. This is not what you're going to wake up to Thursday morning. However, as we go through the day on Thursday, light but steady snow. And I think by Friday morning, most of us are going to have 8 to 12 inches of snow on the ground. Now, that doesn't mean everybody gets 12. Everybody should get 8, but there will be a few isolated spots. And that's why we have that darker blue area over parts of Erie County. With a little help from Lake Erie, I would suspect that there are going to be a few locations that have over a foot of snow by Friday morning. Again, this is over a long period, right? 30 to 36 hours worth of snow, light but steady snow. And notice as you get to the south and east with a little bit more of an element of some mixing or some sleety type accumulation, numbers down towards Venango County and into sections of Forest County, maybe extreme southeastern Warren County, probably only going to get like 6 to 8 inches based on what we're seeing right now. But again, with a little help from Lake Erie, off the wind coming off the lake and the colder air coming over the lake, I wouldn't be surprised if there was some extra bonus snow over parts of Erie County, the I-90 corridor. So again, I think a pretty safe bet is for 8 to 12 with a few isolated sections of Erie County getting a little bit more, maybe over a foot. So again, over a long period of time, winter storm warnings continue, and travel will become difficult. I don't think it's a big deal Thursday morning, probably just some light snow around in the morning. But then as we go through the course of the day, the snow increases. So it becomes a little steadier through Thursday afternoon into Thursday night, and then tapering off Friday morning. So probably a pretty rough period of travel from like late Thursday, the Thursday evening rush, and probably into Friday morning as well, with some snowy roads, some slippery roads as well. The other thing about this storm is it's not quite as windy as we had on MLK Day. Now, that's not to say there won't be any wind, but the wind speeds won't be as strong. However, as the snow kind of changes personality into the afternoon on Thursday from kind of a dense wet snow to more of a dry powdery snow, there could be some areas of blowing and drifting snow as we head into late Thursday into Friday morning. So again, I think the worst part of this storm, Thursday afternoon into Friday morning, and then by Friday afternoon, it will taper off as we get some colder air coming in. So that's kind of a breakdown. Again, this is over a long period encompassing most of Thursday into Friday morning. So do plan on some slick roads, do plan to shovel and plow, but again, this is not going to be as big of a storm as what we had on Martin Luther King Day. Want to go back to the snow map real quick for you. We'll leave you with this. Again, a 2-day snow total, that's important, of 8 to 12 inches. Again, this isn't all going to come at once, but again, enough to shovel, and there could be some localized higher amounts as you get into sections of Erie County right along I-90 with just a little extra oomph from Lake Erie. If Lake Erie wasn't there, we probably wouldn't be going a foot plus. But I suspect there's going to be a few areas that do end up with a foot plus of snow. But for most of us, most of the region, it's an 8 to 12 inch snowstorm. So not as bad as what we had just a couple of weeks ago, but enough to shovel and enough to cause some issues on the roads. So that's the latest for this edition of Weather Academy. You can check us out online anytime at YourErie.com. Click on the weather tab for the latest up-to-date forecast. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.